Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Actually, this is, man. You guys are the last ones on the watch to change the code. Oh, I thought you were big boys.
I'll play the keyboard. This is what Lonnie and I are taking singing lessons together. With who? Wilson.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, it's good that you guys all these. That's good. No, this one. This one is yours. You're going to go over there. Yeah, one, two.
Hi, guys.
Right.
Hi.
Are you muted?
No, I'm unmuted. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good.
Is it cold out there?
Yes.
Yes. Help us.
Are you freezing?
Bring a
It's
heater.
okay. I'm okay.
Bring a coat.
I'm wearing a couple of coats.
Please help.
You got money in your pocket.
Money?
Yeah.
Money. I got money. Ooh, I got
Bobby, how you doing?
Doing well. How about you?
Okay, just fine.
So lovely.
Just fine. Hello, Ray. Who are the
Hey,
Belsons?
hi, everybody.
Who are Joel and Abby Belson? It's nice to see your names, but who are you?
You don't know. Interesting.
Hi, Bobby. Hello. Hey, Barbara.
Hello.
And who is iPhone?
Isn't it cold? Isn't it cold out there?
Yes. You
Can
are
you-
correct.
Rabbi, can you hear me?
Who?
It's
Yes.
Lois Benton.
Yes, Lois. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if I was connected.
Loud and clear. I don't know who iPhone is. And the Belsons, who are you? We can see your name, but not anything else.
iPhone is Carl Schreck.
Well, hello, Carl. Do we know each other?
Hello. We've met a couple of times before.
Okay. Well, show me your face if you're comfortable. Did you shave today?
I could be comfortable. Let me see. Can I do this? I did shave.
All right, good.
It says unable to access camera.
Unable to access camera on my phone. All right.
Oy vey. Hello, Marvin.
Hi.
Hey there.
Hello, Bob
Good
Miller.
Shabbos, everybody.
Dina Miller, you asked all summer for davening outside. Come, here we are.
Ain't that right?
My dear friend.
Hello, Doris.
Hello, good Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. I don't know why they can't see us. I don't know why. Let me see.
He saw us, so it worked.
Yes, I absolutely see you. Is it 6 o'clock?
Not yet.
You got 3 minutes.
Early.
2 minutes.
See
Okay.
us
Hello,
now.
Ben.
Okay, she's saying
This is
hello.
Ben.
Say hello.
How are you, my dear?
How are you? Good to see you, Ben. Shalom.
Shalom.
It's great to have you. I'm glad you came.
Always good to see you guys.
Hello, Jeff Levy.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Oh,
Hi, you be.
I be okay. How
all
about
right, we
you?
got Minna. Whoa, we have
Maybe
Carl. You're there
okay.
twice. You're there as iPhone on iPhone, unless it's another iPhone. Maybe it's your cousin.
Oh, work.
Alter ego.
Clones.
It's an
Hi,
extended
Rabbi.
Dinkin family.
Can't
Hi
see him too
there.
much.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
Carl,
you,
I'm
Carl.
back.
Oh,
You can
okay.
see
I
my
see.
face.
I see. Now we can see you loud and clear. Hi, Beth.
Right, you could see me better today than you could a few days ago.
Right, exactly. Me too.
Right.
Oh, see that? We just put the lights on us outside here.
Where's the rabbi?
Put
Where's
the
the rabbi? I
camera
don't know. I
closer
can't
to
find him.
you.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to see my?
The magic. Watch that, Matt. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, we can see. I see you and me better.
We're having a
There's
party
more better.
outside. Got a
Does that
party
look better?
outside. It's
Let's
very
see your
cold.
adorable little punum.
Can
Thank
you
you.
please be
Is Jeremy waking up early again next Shabbat?
Excuse me?
waking?
Is Jeremy waking up early tomorrow also?
No. He'll be up, but
It was
not.
great to have him. Is that Diane Levy? Which
Shalom,
Diane is this?
Bobby,
Good
Bobby,
Shabbos.
Yes.
Colorado. Your son's in Colorado, right?
Oh, I'm gonna stand right here
No, he's
so I
in
can see the
Phoenix.
people.
Okay.
Oh no, okay,
My
fine.
granddaughter's in Colorado. Are they an
No,
hour
just
behind? I wonder if they're an hour behind us or whatever. I don't know.
Know where we are.
They're 2 hours behind. Okay.
Raining.
No, not raining now. Phoenix is now mountain time. They never change their clock.
I know. Neither does. I don't think Colorado does either. Actually.
I don't know.
What's
Okay.
this?
Now I wanted to call my granddaughter, but I don't remember the hour. I know that Chicago is an hour behind us because that's my hometown, but I don't know about Colorado.
Okay.
Meeting.
What's happening?
I want to see who's there. Who's this?
Hi, it's Beth Dinkin.
Well, Mike, yeah.
If you can hear me, touch your nose.
Touch your nose if you could hear him.
I can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you now.
Hear you.
Diane, I sent you an email. I need. I asked you if you can go on a scavenger hunt, please, and figure out who created the program for last year's Interfaith Thanksgiving service, the electronic version, so we can adapt it for this year.
Okay, that's fine.
Excuse me, Rabbi, who did what?
Who created the printed program?
Oh, yes. I will send you that information.
Many thanks. If I could have it by last Tuesday, that would be great.
Look where your head was this. Put it down.
All right. Who's out down in the corner?
Okay, 6 o'clock.
There's Dima. Dima, we're gonna come.
No, 6:01.
I am always
Keep
here.
talking. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Maybe the other way is better.
All
I
right.
can hear you well.
Let's welcome Shabbat with the words of Kabbalat Shabbat. Cantor Marcos is here on the keyboard, and I'm here
Hey,
as a
everybody.
DJ. Shabbat Shalom.
DJ 8.
Good to see everyone on the screen. Hinei Matov. Hey, look at that.
Hinei matov alayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hinei matov u'manayim, 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 shevet achim gam yachad.
Which of course means how good it is when brothers and sisters sit together in harmony and peace. We just had a brother and sister walk in. We just had the Mamaski kids here. So glad that you're here joining us on this Friday night. Did we just lose a wire of some sort? Okay, good. We're going to go to a Lechune Ranana, and I will make the same offer I made last week. I will buy you next week's Shabbat dinner if you show up for the remainder of our service. Drive on over. There's plenty of parking. Lechune Ranana, page 11.
Lechune ranena, yai, 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 la Adonai, yai, 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 la Haria, yada, yai, 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 etzur hisheinu, yai, yai, let us sing unto God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our soul. Lechune ranena, yai, 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 la Adonai, yai, 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 la Haria, yada, yai, 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 etzur hisheinu, yada, yai, 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 yai.
That's pretty. Where did you come up with that from?
It's a song that's 20 plus years old.
Yeah?
And we're reviving it today.
Okay,
We're
great.
breathing new life
Very nice.
into Shabbat.
Neranana means like make pretty. Happy joy. Happy joy. Let's go to Yismechu Shamayim. Happy sky. By the way, the stars are gorgeous up here tonight. Lots of bright stars.
Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umlo'o, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umlo'o, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umlo'o, Yihiram hayam, ים ומלואו ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ.
Romamu, page 20.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו.
I don't know why I'm getting it.
Mizmor LeDavid. Hi, David. That was perfect timing. David is here. Let's all look at David. David, here's David right there.
Hey guys,
there's
yes.
David. Hey David,
He said
hi
I'm
Anna.
coming to your office and I'm waving to everybody.
Mizmor LeDavid, page 21.
מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני בני אלים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש, כל אדוני על המים אל הכבוד ירים אדוני על מים רבים, כל אדוני בכוח, כל אדוני בהדר, כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון בסריון, כמו בין רעמים, כל אדוני חוצב לקודש, אדוני יחיל מדבר, יחיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יחולל איילון ויחשוף יערות ובחלות כולו אומר כבוד, כולו אומר כבוד. אדוני למבול ישב וישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום.
So tomorrow in our Shabbat morning services, we will announce that a particular new Hebrew month will begin on Tuesday, and that is the month of Kislev. So if you're keeping track at home, that means you have 28 shopping days left till the 25th of Kislev from today. Can we do a lachad? Is it too early? Is it too early?
It's way too early. We haven't even announced the new month yet.
But I want to hear a lachadodi Hanukkah tune. I'm getting ready. I bought you your car menorah, so.
לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה, שמור וזכור ודיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת ולתהילה, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מכל הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה סוף לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלכים מלוכה כל מצא מתוך הפכה רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה והוא יחמוד עלייך חמלה לך דודי דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה פני שבת נקבלה נערי מעפר קומי לבשי בגדי תפתחמי על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי קרבה אל נפשי גאלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגאל לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה פני שבת נקבלה לא תבושי ולא תקרמי אל תשתוכחי ומה תמי באחי יחסו אני עמי ונבנתה עירתי לה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה פני שבת נקבלה
והיו
והיו למשיסו שוסייך ורחקו קומבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס חתן על קהלה עיני לך דודי כלה פני שבת נקבלה פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי על יריש בין פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Face your front door if that's the way the Shabbat bride's going to come in tonight.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני הסגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת קבלה לך אדוני לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
That was very nice. We've got like 4 more Shabbatot until Hanukkah. Let's hear 4 more tunes. Hello, Roths. Shabbat Shalom. Great to see you all here. We will turn. There are like a lot of Hanukkah songs. I bet you have like a song sheet in your office somewhere.
Oh, there's 10.
Page 27. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. You know that one? Tov Lehodot. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Tov Lehodot.
עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון נגיד לו בזה צדיק תמר יפרח יפרח צדיק תמר יפרח Tzadik katamar yifrach yifrach, tzadik katamar yifrach. Ke'erez balvanon yizke, ke'erez balvanon yizke, ke'erez balvanon yizke yizke. Ke'erez balvanon yizke, ke'erez balvanon yizke, ke'erez balvanon yizke yizke.
Shetulim bevet Adonai b'chatzot aleinu yafrichu. Wonderful to see everyone here. We'll hear from our special guest speakers this Shabbat evening right after the Amidah. We'll go straight into Mariv, therefore right now we'll stand again if you're comfortable doing so for the Baruch Hu, page 39 in our Sidurim.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Am I really doing this?
I don't know this guy's name, so for me, there's like, it goes under the
I'm not that close to it. This is Jim's guy.
וחי וקיים תמיד מלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב הרבים.
Amen. Avat Olam, page 40 in your Sidurim.
Get it. I don't, honestly, I don't particularly want you to wake with COVID numbers going up with lots of people. Like,
וברכת תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
I feel good that I gave him back talking for like a half hour.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohim.
I gotta be honest with you, the fact that they're having a wake and it's not virtual. I don't think you'd listen. Is he gonna be? When are you gonna see him next? Wednesday at the Zoom at your office Zoom kind of thing?
If he's on it.
Right. Which I'm hoping he's not.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל ידיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם למענך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך ושנתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך והיה אם שמות
I said I'll try
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We'll go to Mi Chamocha, couple pages ahead, middle of 44.
מי כמוך בעינים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך בעינים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מלכותך ובניך בוקע ים לפני משה, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך בעינים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך בעינים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש.
Hashkivenu, the prayer that we say when we go to sleep, page 45. It's like echo thing. It's got going. Sounds good.
I'll just sing it. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzeiteinu uvoeinu lechaim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzeiteinu uvoeinu lechaim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
Vishamaru, page 46.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי שש ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ,
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל
את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד דברה קראתיכם לכמחותי, וחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן.
שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם לעולמיה יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח, ויתבר ותרומה מן השא ויתהדר, ויתעלה ויתעלה, שמי לקודשה בריחו, לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמילן בעלמה, ואמרו amen. We'll take a few moments for Amidah. It starts on page 47. Amidah said individually on Friday evenings.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו, על כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו, על כל ישראל. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יתקרא ויקרא שמי רבה, ויאמר יברך ירצה וימליך מלכותי וחייכון, וממכון בחייך בית ישראל ברוך בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקודשה בריחו, לעילא מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דברו יאמר ואמרו אמן. תתקבל צרות ונבון דכל ישוע קדם עוון משמיה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו בכל ישוע ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו בכל ישוע ואמרו
Amen.
Ben, you didn't do anything wrong with your computer. I spotlit you, it's called. Yeah, I'll try to unmute you as well, Ben. I'd like to introduce everyone to Ben DeFonce, a longtime friend of the Jewish Community Center of Harrison. Sorry, let's start that again. I'd like to introduce everyone to Ben DeFonce. He's a longtime friend of the Jewish Community Center of Harrison. He's been here many times with other members of the Harrison community, who are all veterans. I always come in their wonderful maroon jackets. This past week, Ben organized, as he does every year, a beautiful ceremony in honor of Veterans Day. And when I told him that 2 of our synagogue veterans will be speaking during services, he was so happy to join us for our Friday evening services. So thank you for being here, Ben. We're so happy that you're here. Ben, say Shabbat Shalom.
Say Shabbat Shalom.
You seem to be muted, unfortunately.
Shabbat Shalom.
He's not muted? All right. Ben, can we hear you now? Doesn't seem to be. All right, fine. Let's just hope that this volume's all the way down.
Shabbat Shalom.
What's up? That's
Shabbat
up.
Shalom.
All right, so now we're going to introduce our guest this evening at the Veterans Day ceremony on Wednesday. We're delighted that our synagogue's most seasoned veteran, Herm Dinkin, was recognized for his service to our country, and we also recognizing him this evening, as well as others. Yep. As well as others who are in their congregation and have served. Of course, Rabbi Shargel is a military veteran, and he's here. Oh, you could all hear him, but we couldn't. Okay, good. So let's figure out a way for us to hear him. Okay, good. You sure that's volume up? Oh, it's up. How about now? All right, now we should be able to hear everyone. Great. All right, so we're going to spotlight Herm, and we're going to spotlight Dima. And as you may have seen in our publicity for this evening, Herm is our most seasoned veteran, and Dima is, I believe, the youngest veteran member of our congregation. Dima, for those who don't know, can you work on that? Dima, if you didn't read it online, was born in Ukraine in a small town called Poltava. He immigrated to the United States in 1994 and joined the U.S. Marine Corps just 4 years later as an assaultman in the infantry. He was serving in the Southeast Asia, stationed in Hawaii, which doesn't sound so bad, but if you're in the Marines, you probably still have to get up early, and was deployed to South Korea and Japan. He was honorably discharged when he attained the rank of sergeant in 2002 and continued studying at Pace University in Columbia. He and Anna, his wife, lives in Rybrook with Emily, who's one of our students in Kehillah School, and David, whom you saw before, and their dog Elvis. We'll hear from Dima in a few minutes. First, though, we wanted to welcome Herm, who has been a member of this congregation for 51 years together with Lois. Herm was born, if you didn't know this, in Gary, Indiana in 1925 to Russian Jewish immigrants. Both Herm and Dima come from the same part of the world, just several generations apart. He served in World War II in combat zones and included the invasion at Normandy and the Battle of the Bulge. Awarded the Bronze Star, he came back to America and was attended Northwestern, on to a successful acting career in soap operas and other commercials, among other things. And he also, which I didn't know this until just this week, Herm, I didn't know that you were a big part of the Jewish Theological Seminary's Eternal Light radio program, which, of course, I've heard so much about over the years. Goodbye to the Mameskis. Shabbat Shalom. All right. Bye. Thanks for coming, guys. Herm, you're spotlit. We'd love to hear from you on this Veterans Day Shabbat.
I'll be very happy to speak. First of all, is the sound level that I'm using adequate? Am I talking too loud, too softly?
You're perfect. Perfect, Herm. Perfect.
Well, the year was 1994.
No, 44.
Oh, 1944. It was a clear day in late August or early September. I was on a boat. And crossing the English Channel. A lot of feedback there.
We're getting feedback.
Okay, I'll mute myself.
All right, go ahead. Crossing the English
Yeah.
Channel.
We knew that there was a landing on June 7th. June 6th. June 6th. And now it was our turn, we thought. We were a bunch of guys who were going to be replacements for the soldiers who were wounded and the dead. But now the silence was deafening. Nobody was talking to one another. And
they knew that they were.
The feeling, what was the word I was looking for? The
replacements.
Well, the replacements. We were the replacements, of course, but the tone and the feeling was at a high, and there's no question about that. And you could just feel the angst that most of us felt.
We looked at the beaches.
Yeah.
And
before long, the land was sighted. Notice that the beach was clean; it was empty. There were no munitions on the beach, and no bodies. So it was time to disembark, and we noticed that the water was up to our knees as we walked several miles inland. Came to what looked like something of a hut, and inside I was noticed that I was going to be attached to the 119th 30th Division.
Anti-tank.
Anti-tank, yes. And I thought, how strange. When I was at basic training, there was no instruction on how to fight a tank. But I guess here it was learn on the job. But anyway, probably one of the most vivid episodes, the most vivid time, was when I was in Belgium at the
Ardennes.
At the Ardennes forest. It was a very large clearing in the forest, about the size of a football field, really. And I was standing near the driver of the truck that hauls the large gun, and about 80 or 90 feet away were the other men talking to one another, some napping, a few singing. All of a sudden, I heard the clanking of tanks. I looked, and all of a sudden, I couldn't believe my eyes. There were columns of tanks approaching, not 2 abreast, not 4 abreast. It looked like they were 6 abreast. I couldn't believe it. And the driver of the truck, who was standing next to me, said, "Got to find higher ground." And he jumped into the cab of the truck and started the motor. I jumped into the back of the truck and lay my head on the floor of the truck as 50 caliber bullets were racing around my head and my body. And I thought, what's that?
No, go ahead.
And I thought, death was imminent. I didn't know what to do, what to say. Then I remembered on Yom Kippur, in the section of martyrology, we see that the rabbis, art teachers, were being slain, and they died with the Shema on their lips. And so I thought, well, I'll do the same thing. I'll say the Shema. said, I did. I said, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. And my memory began to fade me. Here I am. That was pretty much the same, the sense of what I'd gone through. I missed a lot of things here and there, but it was probably, I might have gone on for a little longer, and Lois would not have been happy with that.
All right. Thank you very much, Herm. And Dima, there you are. Let's unmute Dima. Dima, can you unmute yourself? Here we go. And Dima, I imagine that you had a different experience.
Yes. So first, sir, I want to thank you for your time. This is, as they say, the greatest generation, right? The veterans of World War II. There's very few of them left. So I want to thank you personally, sir, for your sacrifice. My, fortunately or unfortunately, my experience was a little bit different and a lot different. Luckily, I was supposed to get out of the military May 25th, 2002. I had 60 days of vacation saved up, so I left the Marines early, about 2 months. And on April 1st, 5 days later, there was a stop loss, and what it means that anybody who was ready to leave the military could no longer leave the military. And soon after, my unit was deployed. So I miraculously escaped any combat, even though my unit was first in Afghanistan and then first in Iraq. But for me, the experience in the military, right, there's many different things that probably, many of the things that you probably know, things like, the leadership skills and discipline things, all these things are, I don't want to talk about because everybody kind of knows about it. But for me personally, the thing that I carried out the most was the friendship and the sense of belonging, right? Where 20 years later, my still closest friends are my military friends. We get together at least once a year for Marine Corps birthday, which was 2 days ago on November 10th. It was 245 years old. And we usually celebrate together and remember all the stories. And every year the stories kind of change and they become maybe less funny. But yet we're still staying friends for 20 plus years. My friends came out to my wedding. We go to each other's kids' birthday, bat mitzvahs, and things like that. And actually, one of the quick funny story was, and when I came to boot camp, and I don't know, those of you that have been in boot camp, you pretty much belong to your drill instructors 24/7. For 3 months, you don't have your personal life. You don't have anything that belongs to you. Everything belongs to the drill instructor. But every Sunday, you were allowed 30 minutes for religious service. And this was the only time where you could leave your squad bay, leave your barracks, and you could march to whatever service you are belonging to. Obviously, in my platoon, I was the only Jewish guy. So I was allowed to leave for 30 minutes to go over to synagogue. And that's the only place where I was allowed to speak to other people. And this is the only place where we were allowed to learn from one another, those who were ahead of us. You'd find out what's next week, what's in training, what are you learning. And little by little, this was my kind of first experience into the Jewish communities, because growing up in Ukraine, there was no community, because I grew up during communist times and there was no synagogues. So for me, military also opened up the door into the religion. And for that, I'm also thankful. And by the way, sir, we are both infantry assaultmen. I was also anti-tank assaultman, except in your time, you had a flamethrower. And nowadays I had a shoulder-fired missile. But we are both O351.
Did you have a flamethrower?
Sure.
Yes.
Never was aware of that at that time. A shoulder power.
No, this is what for now, I was carrying the same weapon. If it was back in the days, it would have been a flamethrower or any kind of anti-tank assaultment. But in my days, obviously, there's no more flamethrowers. It was shoulder fire missiles.
The irony is, I don't think they had the proper equipment for the anti-tanks.
It's actually right next to my son I have a little metal soldier with the flamethrower that's sitting next to me in my office. That's a reminder of assaultment.
I don't understand. Is there a question there?
No, just a comment. Yeah. I have to make a comment.
Yes, Lois.
Herm was 18 when he went in the Army, and he got out when he was, 20?
Yeah.
And I asked him, weren't you afraid of dying? Now, this was war. I mean, this was heavy stuff. And he says, no, they were too, I think they're too young, dumb. But in any rate, he said all he was worried about was what he would do when he got out.
Well, that was not quite right, Lois.
Well, all right.
I agree. When I told my mom that I was joining the military, she said, like any Jewish mom, she said, "Are you crazy? I took you out of Ukraine because there's a mandatory military service in Ukraine. I brought you here, and here you sign up yourself for 4 years. What's your problem?" I said, "I need to try it. I need to do it."
Well, they had no choice at the Second World War. They were drafted.
Of course, there was a draft, yes.
But my brother joined up right away because the patriotism was amazing. They all wanted to go and fight the Nazis or the Japs. And it was a total war effort.
Yeah, that's why it's called them the greatest generation. And same thing after 9/11, there was very, very big recruiting problems. And after 9/11, you could not ship people fast enough to the military.
That's right.
Well, I want to thank you both for giving us a little taste, just a little few stories about the work that you did in service to our country many years ago and a few years ago. And I hope that this little taste inspired everyone to spend some more time with our veterans like Ben DeFons, who's on with us, like Herm Dinkin, like Dima Golodnikov, like Rabbi Shargel. For those who don't know the stories, I encourage you to give a call to Leo Gilberg someday and hear about his time serving our country. He was also in the military, and many others from our shul have been as well. We'll wish you all Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for speaking. And we'll go back to our Sidurim and wrap up Kabbalat Shabbat and Mariv, the evening service, with Aleinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגוררנו ככל עוונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נותן שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אינו אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום וישבת אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד על כן נקבל לך אדוני אלוהינו לראות מהרה בתפארת עוזך ככתוב בתורתך אדוני אלוהינו לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
As I recite the yahrzeit list now, read aloud the names of those whose yahrzeit anniversaries were honoring this Shabbat. We'll, of course, remember all of those who served our country, as well as those, especially those whose grave sites are unknown, that are marked by places like the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier And of course, many who fought with Herm, we don't know exactly where they were buried, those who died in Europe on the beaches of Normandy and elsewhere. As a congregation this week, we're observing the art sites of David Blum, Wilfred Goldstick, Betty Myers, Ira Shear, Helen Teich, Sheila Berkowitz, Stephen Levinson, Arnold Orlovitz, Joseph Atlas, Arthur Gallant, Ruth Kazis, Raymond Patashnik, Glenn Rosengarten, Edith Silverman, Norman Silverman, Samuel Arthur, Leslie Benjamin, Jerome Fischbach, Martin Joseph, Mildred Moretsky, Bernard Chargel, Beula Shear, Solomon Jaffe, Frank Levy, Edith Nightingale, Moshe Rosenblum, Sidney Steinberg, Mark Wysocki, Jacob Bornstein, Irene Greenstein, Jack Sklar, Richard Warter, Murray Borden, Frida Brown, Alfred Green, Max Gross, Malcolm Gruber, Lawrence Lutzker, Joseph Ratner, Robert Shore, Estelle Slotnick, Harry Troy, Isidore Altman, Ann Beer, Julius Brand, Jenny Brill, Catherine Davis, Morton Goldman, Regina Reich, David Rogowski, Solomon Sachs, and Rochelle Tellengater. The Mourner's Kaddish now on page 57, and we'll note just before the Kaddish that our member Matt Friedman lost his brother Mitchell yesterday morning. The funeral will be on Monday, and there'll be Shiva Monday and Tuesday evenings at 7:30 online, exclusively online. Please plan to join us for Shiva and help Matt and Lauren and Sydney and Jordy, their kids, feel the full embrace of community. Matt's brother Mitchell died at a relatively young age. Let's all be there for Matt and Lauren this coming week, Shiva at 7:30 p.m. Monday and Tuesday. Mourner's Kaddish, Yitgadal, V'Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yibrak Berutei, V'Yamlik Malchutei, V'Chayei V'Chayei D'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala V'Zman Kariv V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Ulmei Olmaya, Barak V'Yishtabach, V'Yitalev V'Yitalal Shmei D'Kudsha Berichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechamata Ta'amiran Be'alma V'Yimru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mromav Hu Berachamav Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen. I'm so glad that Patty Rube made a comment in the chat that we don't often use on Shabbat, but she specifically and absolutely correctly, and I'm so glad you did, Patty, I didn't mention it, that Herm and together with Lois have made such a huge impact on the young bar and bat mitzvah kids in our synagogue. Herm helped with speech giving, not the writing, but how our kids would speak. And every time during my first years here, before Herm went into retirement, which he well deserved, I could absolutely tell if one of our 13-year-olds had spent just a little bit of time with Herm, and the difference was always very clear. So Herm, again, we thank you for all that service. And last spring, Herm was honored representing our synagogue with the Julian Bernstein Award for his service to the community. Just a few notes, programming coming up this week. You may have seen the email, and I can say that there's been a great response, and there's no limit on how many people in the synagogue want Thanksgiving packages. I can promise you it's something for the mind and something for the mouth, I guess. We have something sweet coming to your home if you sign up, as well as some texts to read at your Thanksgiving service. We have 42 families already signed up, but plenty more. Just please respond to the email that you got from the synagogue yesterday, and something will be delivered to your home by a volunteer in next week, the week of Thanksgiving. Also, the week of Thanksgiving, there are two special programs. One Monday night, our Harrison Interfaith Thanksgiving service. It was thought to be canceled this year, but in fact, it is not canceled. We're on. It'll be online. That's Monday evening. And then Tuesday night, my sister, Yael Hammerman, and I are planning a special night. As kids, we always went to the Catskills for Thanksgiving. It was our family Thanksgiving getaway every year of our childhood until I went to college and even later, I suppose. And we're going to do a reminiscence on holidays in the Catskills. I know many of you have also spent time at Grossinger's, at Kutcher's, at the Concord. I'm told that Cantor Marcos may be transforming himself in advance of the evening. My sister Yael has a specialist in borscht in her synagogue. We'll watch some clips from the movie Welcome to Kutcher's, and it should be a really fun night, especially for any of us who've spent time in the Catskills. That's Erev Thanksgiving because, of course, you want to avoid the traffic. Stay home and spend the night with us, reminiscing on any holiday, any vacation that you spent in the Catskills. With that, we'll go to Don Olam, page 211. Maybe any of the Dinkin grandkids here? I saw your names before. Are they still on? Mark, anybody around? Well, you're muted, Mark.
Oh, I'm trying to find my kids. Oh, there is one. Max, help me sing a Don Olam, would you? You're being called.
Yeah.
Hey, we got kids here too.
Where? Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go back and forth.
What melody are we doing?
This is your idea.
How about, okay, Beth, pick a melody.
Please.
I muted you.
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
Somebody should see you.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Adon Olam.
So kol azay melech shemo nikra Adon
Olam, Adon Olam.
Asher malach
B'terem kol yitzir nivra,
v'chayv so kol azay melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. Echad v'sheni le'am shilo la'achbira Adon Olam. Echad v'sheni le'oz v'hamisra Adon Olam.
Adon Olam. Asher
malach
B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra.
Az melech shemo nikra Adon
V'tzorchev li b'yitzara Adon
Olam.
Nos li menat kosi
Adon Olam. Asher malach B'terem kol yitzir nivra. Avkid ruchi yesekan Adon Olam. Im ruchi yiviyat Adon Olam. Asher malach B'terem kol yitzir nivra. V'chayv so kol
azay melech shemo nikra Adon Olam.
Thank you, choir. We are grateful for your participation. I invite anyone who has a cup of Kiddush wine or grape juice handy to show it to us on screen. Because they're right. Bobby Stahl first, the Brussmans second. Good job. And we wish a huge mazal tov to Bobby Stahl, Barbara Jason Stahl, on her new status as a great grandmother for the very first time in these last
so much. Thank you, everybody, so much for your good wishes.
Mazel tov, Bobby.
Mazel tov, Bobby. Wow.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon, hinchilanu
Choir sing.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom to all.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
As well.
Shabbat shalom.
We have
everyone.
Chaplain Saul Rappaport, currently serving at the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. He will be joining us from Colorado tomorrow morning during our 9:30 a.m. service. I'll probably speak right around 10. We'd love to have you join us to hear from Chaplain Saul Rappaport tomorrow morning. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi. So thank you,
Hey,
Rabbi.
Deb.
Where is he?
Hi, Jerry.
Thanks for coming.
You know what? I saw Ray Baycheck. I knew one person, and I didn't see you on there.
Thanks for joining us with your dad.
Oh my God, we enjoyed it.
Michael.
He was here singing and moving his head.
Don't finish this.
It was very cute.
Nice. All right. Be well.
Bye. Have a happy holiday.
You too.
Hope to see you.
Where's the rabbi?
They already said goodbye.
He said goodbye.
He
We're leaving.
I'm talking to him. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Herm.
Oh, he's still there. No.
I just came. I had to bring my stuff in from outside. I'm so glad, Herm, that you were here. Thank you so much. And we wish you Shabbat Shalom, and we'll hear more stories next year, okay?
Okay. He's got a few, not too many.
All right.
He's got a few. Anyway, thank you, Rabbi, for asking him to participate.
Well, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon.
All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Bye. Bye, Iman Abba.
Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Shabbat Shalom. All right.
Bye, Bob. Goodbye, Lois. Good night. Shabbat Shalom.
Good night.
See you tomorrow morning.
No breakout session tonight, is that right?
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, that was nice.